Hey, crafty besties. It's your crafty bestie Tabitha. Excuse my grumpy, grouchy, scratchy voice. Yuck. So, I thought we'd do something today because you know the struggle is real. And sometimes, as a crafter, we may or may not have a little more money or less money. And, we got into journaling and paper crafting and cricket crafting. And now we need a second mortgage. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that. But sometimes it can feel that way. But we really can use what we have. And, Gail Agostinelli, y'all watch her. She does videos called Forgotten Friends Fridays. And she pulls out things that maybe she forgot about or things that she doesn't use often. And I have, my budget's really tight right now. And that's okay. But what I'm saying is I can't be buying any craft supplies for the foreseeable future. But it's okay because I have plenty. If y'all saw my office, y'all would say, yeah, you do. Simmer down. Um, and I took some scraps of vinyl yesterday and made some stencils for etching glass because I have a bottle of Armor Etch. And I actually bought this a couple years ago. And honest to goodness, I've used it probably a dozen times. That's why I bought the little bottle. It's 2.8 ounces, but I'm going to open it up and y'all are going to see how full it still is. I mean, it's still pretty full. Can y'all see that? It's pretty full. I mean, really. So I'm going to just go ahead and start the process with this etching cream. It says to use one of those stencil daubers, but I don't have one of those because the ones that I had were gross. So they were sponge and I had bought them at the Dollar Tree and I reused them until I couldn't anymore. I had one of our crafty besties send me an idea for a really good video and we're going to do that, but I haven't had the opportunity to get well, I'm not going to give it away. Anyway, we have a crafty bestie who loves to craft, and they don't think that they're good on camera and whatnot, but I think they are. I love them. Thank you, crafty bestie Tammy. So I am gonna. The process of this is you put it on here, and you leave it for 2 minutes. And you let it do its thing. Now, what I have done around the stencil, I have taped with, this is duct tape. It's just pretty duct tape with little lines in it because I use it for bookbinding sometimes. I'm just daubing it on thick. But don't worry, it's not wasting it. You'll see in a minute. So we're going to we're going to set this aside. Just off camera. That's a pain in the butt. Round glasses are hard, but you want to make sure that you get all around the edges of your stencil because you do not want it to bleed through the stencil or off the stencil. Now watch. I am simply putting what I didn't use back in the bottle and it will still work. But we're not done yet. I'm going to set this aside. In making my heart stencil, I also made myself a sticker. So that's a twofer. 2 for 1. I tried to make the sticker that had all the little letters in it, but those letters are pretty small. That did not work out too good. So while we're waiting for that to do its thing, I thought I would bring out this journal from 2022 that I had made. I don't know if y'all saw this video where I showed this journal. This is one of my first videos that I ever made. was about this journal because it was a challenge journal. And I can't even remember which channel it was challenging. But it was the first one I ever covered with fabric. And this fabric came from a shirt that belonged to our crafty bestie George. You know, the one that loves me. The one that made sure that I have this fire extinguisher so that when I'm using my heat gun, I don't burn the house down. We are fearless, independent, and original. Y'all ever go back and look at the journals that you've made, different things that you've made? These were, this is a list of people who had sent me Happy Mail. And that actually was a Happy Mail envelope that somebody sent it in. And this, yeah, that's names and addresses. This was from Happy Mail. Sometimes I like to go back and look and see what I was doing. And I was involved in doing some different things. But, yeah, this is Holy Spirit. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So, yeah, this was one of my early journals, and I was using whole sticker sheets, and this is baking paper, and this is a printable, and these are digital printables that I made, and that's a pocket in a tag. So I've always liked making pockets be more than they are. This is a window envelope, and I did that. And there's a sewed up tag in there that I didn't write on. Look, St. Patrick's Day that last year, because it was fun. And of course, here's a picture of my dog with my chickens, because Baby Cakes was the best dog ever. I'm sure if you've seen my channel, you've seen multiple pictures of Baby Cakes. That's my daughter Grace. And this is me pushing my boundaries because I'm wild at heart. Old book pages. And that was a junk mail envelope. And this is an envelope that I covered. So, yeah. So I opened it up to a page where I thought, oh look, see, I got this in a Happy Mail. This pocket with multiple tags in it. Look at this pocket though, y'all. This is so cute. I mean, it's like, that was a die cut, I think. It's got all these cool tags that go in each of the slots, which I think is a really fun. It's fun to go back and see the things you created. And I made this one with a monkey on it, because I'm just monkeying around. And the dragonfly, of course. And antique cars. I love vintage papers. But I thought I would open to this page, and we would put this sticker on here, and I'll put today's date on it. And that was a card I made out of leftover strips of paper. That was part of the challenge. That was a challenge tag. So, because I was able to make this sticker, because I made that stencil, I thought we would decorate this page with it together. We're gonna do that, and then y'all know how I like vintagey things. This is coffee and alcohol and water. The alcohol keeps it from binding up the nozzle. And then we're just gonna take a little bit of paper towel and wipe it off the sticker. And we kind of vintaging it up a little. It dries really quick. And we have almost had enough time to get the stuff off those cups. So I wanted to put the heart sticker on here and just write real quick today's date, which is March 18th, 2023. And I know 2022 is the journal, but this is toward the back and there were some empty pages left over. So that's what you do, right? I love this little card at the end. It's almost like a library card, but not quite. Ooh, sometimes it's better to wait till it's dry. Alright, crafty besties. And sometimes that's just enough. And I had stamped some stuff on it. Those are old Stampin' Up stamps. And this is, I don't know what stamp that is. But anyway, you guys get the idea. Maybe I'll stamp some more stuff over here. Just because. Because I got these stamps. These are Tim Holtz stamps. That's the berry. But this is brushed corduroy. I know y'all are like, well, Tab, those are old oxides. Well, yeah. Because guess who's not buying new crafts? And new craft supplies. Remember? Remember who's not buying new right now? Yeah, that's your crafty bestie Tabitha. So I'm going to stamp some stampy stuff over here. Stamp here. Here. Oh, that turned out good. See, I didn't have this stamp when I made that, so. And yes, I know I should put it on the acrylic block, and y'all don't come at me in the comments. I know. I know. So wipe that off. And I think we're going to do some mushrooms because I just think they're super cute. And I haven't used them yet. You can always tell when you haven't used them yet because it's super hard to get it off. And this is just a nice subtle color, brushed corduroy. I don't know if they discontinued it, but I do know that it is an old color. Because Tim Holtz and Ranger came out with some new colors, and they're really cool. I just haven't made that a financial priority at this time. Oh, look, that turned out really good. So that's me using Distressed Oxide. Let's see if I hit it with this wet, if it'll do the thing. Yes, it's doing the thing, y'all. What Distressed Oxides do, kind of smear a little. So I'm going to lay this over there on top of my Cricut. And then I'm going to put the lid back on my oxide ink, because if you don't, they dry out really bad. And you can add water to them, but then they don't do as good if you do that. So okay, so I am going to put this baking paper out in case I get any of this stuff and it runs off of the glass, because I don't want it to etch my glass mat, because that would not be pretty. So what we're going to do is we're going to take as much of this stuff as we can off of the glass. So I'm pushing down pretty hard. Because I want to take as much of this back into the jar as I can. Because that way it isn't wasted. And we really, I mean, I think I paid $6 for this, maybe $7. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to stand it up. Take this one. Do the same thing. See, that came off better. It was a little wetter. So it came off a little bit better. And that's another reason you want the tape on there, because it helps when you're pulling all this off. See, I'm just putting it back in the little jar. Now, I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to take these glasses to the sink and rinse them, and rinse my brush out really good. And then I will be right back in just a couple minutes after I rinse the etching cream off, and we'll peel and reveal together. And I'm back. And I brought this. So I rinsed it. I rinsed my brush real good. And I had a thought while I was in there rinsing, washing out my brush. Y'all are going to be like, but won't that damage your brush? It might. But you know what? This was one of my first brushes. And this is some yellow paint that I still can't get out of it. So if that one gets ruined, that one's an old brush that, well, it is what it is. So we're going to peel and reveal. Okay, here we go. Now this is just regular Cricut vinyl and duct tape. And y'all saw the Armor etching cream. And it's still a little wet because I said I rinsed it off. So I'm going to get paper towel and wipe it off. Look how pretty it turned out. I don't know if it's even showing as good on camera as it looks in real life, but that turned out the heart. Easy shape, nice. But you know me, I can't just do an easy shape and call it done. I'm going to have to, do a Bible verse that is my favorite. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it looks like we got a little etching cream out there. So we might have a little problem throwing away that. And it's going to take me a minute to get all this vinyl off. I usually do this in a sink over a pan. But I said I would do this with y'all. And this is not going to be perfect. And I probably already knew that before I even tried. But this is going to be my coffee cup, so nobody cares, right? And if you're on a budget and you need to make a quick but inexpensive gift for somebody, but you want to elevate it to that next level, get yourself a stencil and get yourself some etching cream and do a heart. No Cricut machine? No problem. You can cut a stencil out of baking paper. You can get cheap stencils at the Dollar Tree and tape them on. And personalize it to that person. Ooh, that vinyl's sticky today. Especially them little pieces. Okay, let's get it all wiped off. And let's put something in there so you can see that it is etched. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Can y'all see that? I don't know. Maybe you can see it better that way. Maybe. Or against the black background, you can probably see it best. It does say I can do all things through Christ who, well, that says strengthens me, but I don't think anybody else can read that but me. But I know what it says, and this is going to be my coffee cup. And I bought it for $1 at the Dollar Tree before they went up to $1.25. Yes, that's how long I've had this cup. Clear, unetched, unpainted on, anything done to, because I'm a crafter, hoarder, craft supply curator. Yeah, craft supply curator. That's what I am. Not a hoarder. And here is the glass with the heart. Now, I will probably put this with my other things that I sell. So, and honest to goodness, go to the Dollar Tree. Get you some clear glasses. They're $1.25. Get you a stencil there. $1.25. So for $2.50 and about 15 minutes of your time, you have elevated and personalized a gift for somebody. So, just saying. If you're on a budget and the struggle is real. And my struggle is real, y'all, because I didn't plan well, and here I am doing all that. So, the struggle is real. If it's real for you, I've given you a super, super easy, quick gift. This armor etching is about $6 at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. You can probably get it on Amazon for cheaper. Just be real careful with this. And don't not wear gloves while you're doing the rinsing part. I should have probably put on gloves while I was painting it on there, according to the directions. But I've done it enough times that I know not to get it on my hands. So there you have it. So we have a craft coming that is a budget friendly. Also, like lots of other things friendly. Like if you want to put up wallpaper in an apartment, but your landlord won't let you, you can do this and up and down really quick. So I'm just saying, it's super easy, super inexpensive. But now I have 2 custom made. Well, that one I wouldn't sell or give to anybody. This is mine. I wouldn't do that font or anything that tiny on glass again, but that was an experiment. And it's my experiment. And look how much coffee that's going to hold. That's a big cup. I love that size, and it felt good in my hand. Do y'all ever pick cups that way? Anyway, in the comments below, let me know if you have the struggle too, because the struggle is real at my house. Tell me if this helped, and send me ideas of stuff you want me to make and see if I can make it budget friendly, because seriously, the struggle is real. Remember, more than that, you are smart, you matter, and you are enough. And I love you. Have a great day. Thanks for coming by.